G'day guys, Jax Millan, the Wealth Mentor here. Hope you're doing well. So today I wanted to talk around a concept of how do you manage the crossroads of reinvesting back into your business or trying to balance taking chips off the table to achieve your own personal goals. This is a common trap that many business owners find themselves in, and it's something that I wanted to talk about to give you a really simple way that you can approach it in 2021 to make sure that you can have your cake and eat it too. So here's the thing. Business requires cash flow to scale, and many of us want to scale a business, whether it be to get to multi-six figures, whether it be to get to seven figures, whether it be to get to eight figures or beyond. We realize that in order for us to achieve those goals, there is a requirement to reinvest back into the business. But the trap that many business owners find themselves in is that they end up reinvesting every last red cent, and they actually don't need to. The big challenge here comes from the perspective that as a business owner, we're wearing so many hats. We're a technician, we're a manager, we're a leader, we're trying to be an entrepreneur, and we ultimately aspire to want to step into a full-time leadership position to be able to scale our business the way that we want. But we realize that in order to fill all of those seats and build the team that we want and invest in the infrastructure and ramp up the leads and increase the sales, we need to put money into this. And the big challenge here is that we're doing all of this all the while we're watching people around us buy their dream homes, build property portfolios, invest money into the share market. We look back over the coronavirus situation and we see those tech stocks that plummeted at the beginning of the Rona and have ultimately gone up over 1,000%. And we've missed all of those opportunities because you've been so focused on trying to grow your business. You see, this can be super deflating as an entrepreneur, and ultimately this can actually impact our growth trajectory because you wonder why there's so many entrepreneurs out there that seem to be able to grow and scale an amazing business, but also have all of those things outside of their business as well. And it's because they've got a framework in place, a financial operating system that guides them. And you might be asking yourself, I wish I had the profits to allow me to reinvest back into my business to be able to achieve all the things that I want. I wish I had the cash flow that I can pay myself what I'm worth. I wish I had the ability to create the surplus so I can invest into property and shares and create passive income and be able to compound my wealth in pursuit of financial freedom. And I wish I could do all of those things whilst living a comfortable lifestyle. And trust me, I've been there too. Truth be told, it's taboo to talk about money and wealth as an entrepreneur. Most of us are happy to talk about our revenue and our clients and the leads and all of these things. But when was the last time you actually spoke to your colleagues or your friends in the business space around your personal income and your personal wealth? It just doesn't happen. And for this reason, we often allow these taboos to take over and lead us down a dark and really terrible road because it's a road that's based on shrinking yourself wealthy. The big problem here is that most coaches don't know how to escape this trap, this vicious cycle of time for money where ultimately you're living based on scarcity. You're paying yourself a fraction of what you're really worth, you're putting everything back into your business, and you're not really reaping the rewards of all of that hard work, effort, and reinvestment. And there's a couple of reasons why this happens. One, you've positioned your business as the destination. It is the be-all and end-all of your existence. You might even find yourself calling your business your baby. And for this reason, your business is reliant on you. And ultimately, it is not a vehicle that is going to supercharge your trajectory to achieving your goals. The second problem is that you don't have systems. You've got no structure, you've got no frameworks, you've got no financial operating system, and even though you're working so hard and it seems like your revenue is going up, we encounter this thing that we call the cash flow creep that ultimately results in us having not much money left over at the end of the month because it's all been allocated and called for. And the key here is, guys, that much like our business, if we want to grow and scale a team, our money needs systems and frameworks to follow. Because without those systems and frameworks, we have a lot of inefficiencies, what we refer to as cash flow bottlenecks that are ultimately going to be taxing your cash flow without you even often knowing and resulting in burnt cash flow and a reduced amount of surplus and you having less money than what you really need to both grow your business but also take chips off the table to fuel your own personal goals. So there's a few simple things that we can do. One, we can get extreme goal clarity. We can work at exactly what we're trying to achieve outside of our business, and we can create a roadmap of what we need to do to make that happen. Two, we can reverse engineer this into a profit target, because if we can set a profit target, we can work out how much profit do we need to grow our business, and then how much profit do we need to also fuel our personal goals. You're in an elite club of business owners around the world who are the wealthiest people on this planet, and you've got the control to create a business that allows you to have your cake and eat it too. The next thing we can do is we can set clear KPIs, because if we want to achieve that level of profit, there is certain activity that needs to occur that will allow you to produce that level of profit in your business. And if we can set those KPIs and link your activity to the outcomes, then we can almost presuppose that you're going to hit the result. And lastly, we can have a simple mechanism for keeping a finger on the pulse to see if we are on track or off track. And as we start veering off track, we can have a means of identifying when that happens. And we can also have an action plan in order to get ourselves back on track before we do often irreparable damage that can set us back months and even years on our wealth journey. Because here's the problem, guys. Without this, you're going to feel like you're treading water, you're going to be frustrated, you're going to be burning the candle at both ends, and you're really going to beat yourself up for the fact that you're working so hard, but you're not really being rewarded for it. Because let's face it, we get into business